Good morning. So we are about to go on a family trip and I need to pick out my TBR for this. Instagram told me right here to pick a mix off of my TBR cart. So let's go to the TBR cart and we're going to pick out my books. So let's choose this one, if I can grab it. I'm going to read some Ruby Dixon. Beautiful cover. Then we're gonna choose some horror. I think this is considered YA. It's a vampire story, I believe. And then let's do this one as well. This has been on my TBR for a while. And yeah, we're gonna take these three plus my Kindle on vacation. The books that I picked out, obviously you've already seen them, but we're gonna talk about them a little bit more. Full Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. So we're gonna read some alien smut, whatever. Kill for Me, Kill for You. This was a book troop pick last year and I did not get to it, so I'm gonna read it on the trip. And then we also have Immortal Dark, and this is a YA horror vampire, I believe, like Dark Academia. I'm really excited about this, so we are gonna read this. And then I also have this book right here. I think it's Divided by Fangs or Fangs Divide Us, one of those. And I got that off of Torch Inklet, and it's just an ARC, and I'm really excited to read that too. And I have to have my review finished and done by the 25th, so I'm gonna try to read that on the trip too. But I think I have my hands full a little bit. I'm gonna take my Kindle just to see if I do get through all of these, because I have the audiobooks for all of the physical books that I have, and then I have my e-reader. So I am going to possibly pick another book. We'll see how many books I can get through this weekend. It's gonna be a chill family weekend, so I'm not looking to do a whole lot besides read. But yeah, and I am breaking out on my forehead because I exfoliated, and you know how that goes. So anyways, family trip, taking you with me. You'll get to see all the things that we do. We're renting a cabin right by the creek, so when we get there I'll show you around the place. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. Lila. Hey, pretty girl. So we just arrived. Here's the entryway. It's a shit ton of steps, but you know what? We'll get our exercise this week. But here's the view from the car area. Super green, super pretty. I'm sure you can hear that, but you can also hear like the creek sound too. And it's really nice. But let me get down these death trap stairs and then I'll show you around. Here's the cute little entryway. It's very nice. There's my child. Hello. Hey. There's the dinner bell. Cute. Open the door and boom.
No, Charles.
So here's the living room. Living room, ping pong table. Get them around this way. There's the kitchen. Ah! Dinner bell. It's a really nice sitting area out here. Oops, gotta unlock the door first. screen and porch, hot tub that we probably won't use. Got some rockers. Creek's down there, you can see it. We'll go back in here. There's a bathroom in here. Shower, laundry room. This is a great tour. Toilet.
Hey.
Here's a game cabinet. Oh, sorry. And here's the stairs to go upstairs.
I'll keep following you.
Okay. Here's one of the bedrooms. Very nice, very nice. Here's a bathroom. Here's the toilet. Here's like a tub shower combo. And this is really cool. Here's a sitting room. You can see the creek from there. Like that, I'll probably sit there and read a lot. And then here's the bedroom. Sorry, everything's dark. We literally just got here. And the little loft area. So it's really nice. A lot of windows, a lot of light. Here's a balcony out there. So yeah, this is where we're staying. Sorry if the creek is super loud, but it's really pretty out here right now. And I wanted to fill you in and let you know that I'm halfway through Bull Moon Rising, and I'm really enjoying this. I just really like how Ruby Dixon makes her characters relatable, even though this is a fictional world, obviously. But just how funny they are and how down to earth they are, and how all of her men characters just dote over their loved ones, and how the female characters really just are very strong-willed, speak their minds, want to make something of their life, and can hold their own, and I really enjoy that. So we have Aspen and we have Hawk. Hawk is a minotaur. Is that how you say it? Minotaur, however you say it. He is part of the guild, which is like underground mining, I believe. I believe that's what it is. I still don't really understand everything, but it's where they mine. I believe it's artifacts and like gold and stuff like that. People pay them to do that, and they go underground, and it's very, very dangerous work. And the Taurans, or the Minotaurs are the ones who go and save people from the caves that have collapsed. Typically it's humans that the caves collapse on, and the Hawk's people are to go in and save the people. So he always has to go on quests, and he always has to go save people. So he has a very, very important job. And he is also a part of what they call a nest, and that is a group of people who are training other people to go join the guild. And his main person is Magpie, and Magpie is not very trustworthy in a way. She's having some difficulty. She's one of the only women of the guild, so she has a lot on her shoulders, and she's also dealing with alcoholism, so that's taking away a lot of her responsibility, because she can't perform her job correctly. So that's where Hawk steps in and basically saves her. And he's just very stressed out all the time. And then Aspen comes in, and she wants to join the guild, and she has a secret of her own, and she is of higher class, but she doesn't want people to know that. Sorry if the lighting is awful, but she doesn't want people to know that she is of higher class, because she wants to make a name of herself, and she has always wanted to join the guild. It's one of her main priorities in life, is to do that, to show people that she's not just this helpless female or helpless girl, and she can actually do for herself, you know. So there is an arranged marriage in here between Aspen and Hawk, because Aspen needs a chaperone since she is a girl, and Hawk and her come up with this arrangement because there is something going on. What is it called? It is like when the moon is in Taurus. What are they calling it? The conquest moon. And that's where Taurans, what Hawk is, are in rutting season. So the moon takes over their entire life, and they just want to procreate, basically. And he needs somebody to help him with that. So they're in this arrangement right now where they get married, and they're starting to explore each other a little bit more. So yeah, I don't dislike this book. It's very fun to me. It's a lot like Ruby Dixon's other romances, where it's just human women loving alien creatures, and it's funny, it's wholesome, it has really good side characters too. I like all the side characters in here for the most part. It's just a fun time, and I really do like this as well, because we are focusing on Aspen's aspirations in here, and I know like the romance is not as prevalent as some of Ruby Dixon's other romances, but I actually enjoy that a lot in here, because I am getting that backstory that I not all the time see in a Ruby Dixon romance. It's still smutty. I'm not going to say the spice is still there, but it's not just erotic. It actually has like a pretty good backstory on Aspen. I'm still confused about some things, because we just kind of got dropped into the world, and there are some developments in here that I'm waiting on to be explained a little bit more. because I don't really, like I said, I don't really understand fully what's going on besides them going underground and mining, and that's what the guild's all about. But her background and where she came from and all that, I'm not really understanding that part of it all that much because it hasn't been explored, but I'm sure we'll get it in there. And I know that the second book is coming out in September, and that's Gwenna's character, and I really like Gwenna. Like, I already know that I'm probably going to read the second book just because I want to see Gwenna and her love interest go at it pretty much, like, you know, physically and like mentally, you know, because Gwenna has some good comebacks. She is freaking hilarious, and she says what she thinks, and I appreciate that about her. So there is my 6-minute update. I'll show you my view from my little perch up here. It is absolutely gorgeous here. We played in the creek earlier today. Obviously, I'm probably not going to show my kids, but I'm up on this little perch. It has cute little chairs and everything. And Lila's down here somewhere. I don't know where she is. Oh, there she is. Lila's. Little girl. But my parents are on the way. They're coming for a couple of days, so I wanted to get this in before they got here. They're going to get food right now. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. Like, the cabin is right there. Look at all this. Look at all the greenery. Like, it's so pretty. We're completely secluded, and I am loving it. Waking up to that creek this morning was so nice. Like, this place it's just really pretty, and I am down for it. That's where we went in this morning. It's pretty flat right there, but I'll show you that later. But yeah, wanted to fill you in. The stream, so I'm gonna have to like say it really loud, or say it really loud, give you my update pretty loud because, you know, the stream behind me. So I ended up reading Bull Moon Rising, and I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. I liked the adventure part of this book more than I liked the romance. I thought that Hawk was a douche. I didn't particularly like how he treated Aspith all that much. She, in my opinion, deserved better because he treated her like crap for most of the book, and then for some reason he decided to treat her really good at the very end. But I didn't particularly like him. But with all that being said, she is into him, so that's all that really matters, you know. And I'm excited about the next book in this series because I really want to read more about Gwenna. I really, really liked her. I think she was my favorite besides Lark. So, and Lark and another character in here, oh my god, if they get their own book, I'm going to be so freaking excited. I love me a sapphic romance, and I hope I get it. But yeah, so 3.5 stars. It's still staying on my shelf just because it's so pretty, but wasn't my fave. So now I'm reading Kill for Me, Kill for You. I'm halfway through it. And this is okay so far. There's a lot of killing in here, which, my thing. And there's a lot of characters. I'm interested to see how all these characters are going to be, you know, puzzled together by the end. Essentially, there are these two women who have lost family members due to murders, and they make a pact to kill each other's person for them so that they don't get caught. And then there's also this person named Ruth and her husband Scott that are entwined in this story as well. Like I said, it's okay. It's okay so far. Although, one of the parts in this book did make me go, oh, okay, so we're doing that. But my legs hurt because I'm crouching, and I'm gonna fill you in later because I'm starting to hurt, and there's sap all over this tree that you are sitting on, and it's gross. So, the creek is really pretty though. Oh my god. So you know I'm not lying. There's the sap, and I already put my hand in it, so yay. But here's the creek from a different angle. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. I love this place. Like, oh my god. We're gonna walk up here together so you can just see how amazing it is. I don't want to leave, to be completely honest. There's that thing that I was on the other day when I was updating you. But it's just so nice.
What's Topsy in the video?
I don't know. Lila. Hey, pretty girl.
Ooh, what's this?
Back up here at my favorite spot, and yeah, I ended up finishing Kill for Me, Kill for You. I'm giving this a 3.5. So this really reminded me of The Collective by Allison Golden. I don't really remember the last name, but I read it a couple years ago, and it's about like a group of moms who get together, or really about a group of women who get together and like kill off the people who have harmed like their kids and their family and stuff. This reminded me a lot of that. It was different in ways, but it did get my memory going on that book in particular. So this book is about Wendy and Amanda. They meet in a trauma group, and Amanda has lost her daughter and her husband. Her daughter was murdered, and then her husband took his own life a couple of months after her daughter died. And Amanda's just going through it, and Amanda really wants to kill the man who murdered her daughter. He didn't get convicted of the crime, and he's just off doing his own thing. He's a very powerful man in New York, and she wants to take it upon herself to kill him. And she meets this woman named Wendy in the support group. They come up with a pact to kill off each other's loved ones' murderers, and the story goes from there. You meet some people. Obviously, you meet a lot of people. But there's this one person in particular that you meet, and he is a little sketchy. But his story is very, very similar to Amanda's, and they have a connection. And yeah, then it just kind of spirals out of control. I have read stories like this before, obviously, in the past. The twists were a little obvious to me, except the very last twist in the book, which kind of caught me off guard. I was going to give this 3 stars, but that last twist saved it, and I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It wasn't a bad thriller by any means. I can tell why a lot of people would love this, especially if people are just getting into thrillers. This is a really good choice if you're just getting into a thriller. If you're looking for a very fast-paced thriller about people getting revenge, this is a whole story of revenge. And there's a lot of mental health rep in here as well. And it's just one of those stories that the women are trying to get justice, and because the police aren't giving them that. And there are some crazy things that happen as the story progresses too. So it's not a bad book. Just 3.5 for me. And that marks off one of the books that I have to read for the book troop from last year. I think I have one more left. I don't know, I have to go look at my little checklist. But then I started to read Immortal Dark by Tigest Girma. And this is a completely different genre than the romantasy and then this one. This is a horror. It's a YA horror, and I haven't read a YA horror in a while. And this book is really reminding me of why I enjoy YA horror. YA horror is one of those genres that I still really like because it does have that horror aspect in mature horrors. It doesn't shy away from the goriness. It doesn't shy away from all of the horrible things that people do. And that's one of the reasons why I like to read horror. This is about a university where vampires and humans have to coexist. And the humans learn how to coexist with the vampires. There's a whole history behind why the vampires and the humans coexist and live together and form these houses and everything, and I'm really enjoying that backstory. A lot of times I don't really like world building all that much, but I'm really enjoying this because it's very easy to digest, and that's one of the reasons why I do like YA horror, is because the world building in YA horror is typically pretty easy to understand, whereas sometimes in like fantasy horror books or fantasy books in general, it just the world building goes over my head because there's a lot of politics and blah 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 blah. But anyways, I'm really enjoying this book so far. I'm a little over halfway. We have our main character Cavanaugh, and she is looking for her sister June. June has went missing. Cavanaugh knows sort of who took her sister, so she's trying to figure it out. So she gets this invitation to come to this university because her family has been a part of this university for decades, and she doesn't want to be associated with vampires. She believes that they're all evil, and her main goal is to kill all of them, to kill all of them off, to gain her house back, and just to obliterate the earth of vampires. And I really like her character a lot. She is a no-nonsense, balls to the wall. She's got balls of steel, y'all. And I'm enjoying her a lot. And then we have the vampire who is a part of her family, Cicenios, and he is mean. He's very, very mean. He is very honest. Not honest in a mean way, but he is very mean, but then he is also honest too. And he is very well known. He's very well respected. People don't like him, but he is very well respected. And when you find out what his actual background is, I was like, dang, okay, that makes a lot of sense. He wants Cavanagh's house, and he's gonna try to stop. He's going to try to get it in any way that he can. And Cavanagh's like, over my dead body. And she, like, this is, if they get together, I haven't read reviews or anything like that because I wanted to go into this blind. But if they get together, this is like the true enemies to lovers that I absolutely love, where they sabotage each other. They are mean to each other, but they have that fatal attraction, you know? And it's just something that I freaking love in enemies to lovers, and I am getting it here. I'm getting that vibe. If they don't become lovers, that's okay, but I hope they do, because their chemistry is off the charts. Like, I am eating it up. I also really like the secret society part about this too. And I like the investigative work that is going on in here with Cadan trying to find her sister, because she really, really loved her sister June so much, and she's the only thing that she has left. And losing her took the human part out of Cadan in a way where she still is human, but like her heart is just so hard right now because she hates the world, because she wants her sister back, and she's going to stop at nothing to get it, like to get her sister back. So she's meeting some really good friends, unexpected friends. There's found family in here. Like I said, the secret society part of it, the overall ominous feeling that you get with the university itself, because there still are a lot of things that I'm like, there's something not right going on with this university, and I really want to figure it out. But yeah, so I have talked to you for 9 minutes, and I'm gonna go finish listening to this. It is our last day on vacation. We leave tomorrow. I don't want to leave because I get to listen to this. I've listened to this for 6 days, and I don't want to leave because this place is just so beautiful, and we have absolutely loved it. I will leave like the listing, the VRBO or Verbo, or however you want to say it, listing for this place, because it is honestly so nice, and we have loved our time here so much, and I don't want to leave it. But I will leave you to listen to the stream for a little bit, and I will most likely have to fill you in when we get home. I also have a little book haul because we went to this place called the Copper Fox bookstore, and it also has like a coffee shop attached to it. I'll put the little reel right here. It was so freaking cute. Like, that store was amazing, and I'll show you the books that I got when we get home because they're already packed and I don't feel like getting them out again. But they are so cute, and they had a lot of local authors too. I did buy one local author's book, and then I also found a romance book that I'd never heard of before, but it looks really, really good. It's huge. Evidently it's really popular on TikTok, but I don't know because I don't get on TikTok. But yeah, so I will show you all those when we get home. Hello, we are home, and I'm here to update you on this video. First, I wanted to go over the books that I bought at the Copper Fox bookstore in downtown Blue Ridge. It's adorable. If you haven't seen my reel yet, I'll put it up here for you so you can see it and link it down below if you want to go check it out. But these are the 4 books that I got, and we're just going to go through them quickly. I did not realize that this was middle grade, and I also did not realize this was the 4th book in a series, so the cover was just really pretty. It caught my eyeball, but I'm not gonna read the entire series, so probably just gonna give that away. I also got Broken Bayou by Jennifer Moorhead, and I've been seeing this one around a lot. This is a psychological thriller about a child psychologist, I believe. Yes. Child psychologist who has to go back to her hometown for something, and you know I love me some small town psychological thrillers, and it's just been on my TBR for a while. I also found this romance, A Love Letter for Whiskey by Candy Steiner, and I've never heard of this before, but evidently it's like a super big thing because it's the 5th anniversary edition, and yeah, I've just never heard of it before. It's about wrong place, right person, them finally getting together and finally being together. So it's supposed to be super emotional. It's a thick one. Got that. And then they had some blind dates with books, and you know I love me a blind date with a book. This is a mystery thriller about a long-time disappearance of a childhood friend, confronting past trauma, twisted page turner, and slight paranormal twist. Hopefully I don't have this book already, but we'll see. I do plan on doing like a blind date with a book video pretty soon, so I'm going to keep this for that. The suspense is killing me. So I'll probably do a blind date with a book sooner than later. But I did want to fill you in and let you know that I ended up finishing Immortal Dark, and I'm giving this 4 stars. I raved about this, and I'm going to continue to rave about it. Basically everything that I said before still stands. The only thing that I did not enjoy all the way about this is the ending, because the ending went by very, very fast. The pace of this book is a little slow throughout, but then the ending, it was like super fast paced. A lot of things happened, a lot of people were introduced, and I kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit, didn't really understand what was going on, and it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, because everything else was just like slower and it was more chill, even though there was a lot of mystery going on. There was a lot of corruption going on too in this school. Cavanaugh trying to figure out what happened to her sister. Susan Yost being a turd at times, but also being extremely protective of the school, the house, and Cavanaugh. And then you find out at the end what happens, and I'm like, Susan Yost, what is going on, man? I was starting to really like him, and then he did what he did, and I was like, you know. So there's just a lot of that in here. You can tell that it's a YA book, and some of the outrageousness in here and trying to act bad and all that kind of stuff was humorous to me at times, but I can appreciate what the author was trying to do. And I really do think if I would have read this book back in like the early, or like 2020, you know, I would have eaten this up. But there was just some things that stood out to me, and like I said, in the end, that aren't my absolute favorite. But overall, not a horrible book. Giving it 4 stars. Glad that I read it. And let's just talk about the 3 books. I'm not going to read Fangs Divide Us in this one, because I'm gonna do an actual like vampire-y book, because I want to do a series with mythological creatures, because I have a lot of those on my TBR. So feel like doing that. We read Full Moon Rising, gave this 3.5. Keeping the book because it's just so freaking pretty. Kill For Me, Kill For You, gave it a 3.5, and then ending it out with Immortal Dark, gave this a 4. So I had a really good time reading all these books. I hope that you enjoyed this chill vlog and seeing me on vacay and just hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.